welcome to the Feedback Show. I'm Stephen Bradley.
And I'm Colin Bradley.
How are you, Dad?
I'm pretty well.
Nice to see you.
Yes.
To see you nice. Rest in peace, Bruce Forsyth. That was sad to hear.
Yes, it's nice to see you again in person.
Yes.
At least when we're doing these shows, you've got to come down every fortnight to see us. Which is.
I would come down otherwise.
I know.
But yeah, I always
gets you down here though, doesn't it?
I always get here and be like, right, we've got recordings to do, podcasts to do, feedback show. No, it's good. I'm glad that we're doing them like this. Thanks everyone for watching. This is obviously the show where we give feedback on your artwork. You that are members of our Pastel Pencil courses. So you can become a member on our website, and then this is a service that you get thrown in. So let's see what feedback we've got for you today. Let's have a look at the first picture. Okay, this is another thing we do. We give advice on the colours that you need perhaps for your own pictures. We can't give all of the colours, as you say, Dad. There's always inevitably more colours that you need, but we try and give you a starting point. And Kimberly sent us 2 pictures in this week that she says, I was wondering, I would like to try some pictures of my own, but I don't know how to choose the right pencils. Is there any possibility that your Colin could give me a bit of an idea of which pencils to use? One is a rough collie and the other is a red coloured Alaskan Klee Kai. Never heard of that, but beautiful dogs. Should we start with the one on the left, Dad?
Well, the one on the left is, they're both warm colours. In other words, everything you choose now is going to be warm. Like the greys, for instance, in both cases would be 270, 273. They're the warm greys. It applies to both animals. So let's start with the husky. I would certainly use a colour number 175 comes, 179. Actually 175 as well, but 179 would be the colour. You see the...
it's like Bistro.
The brown.
Bistro.
Yeah, that's right, it is, yeah, that brown. And an undercolour for that would be the greys. So you'll start with the greys. I would be careful though, because I'd use the lighter grey for the brown fur that you see on the forehead, top of the head. I'd use the grey for that. That's the light grey. I wouldn't necessarily go into the 273 there because you'll make it too grey. But that then you can start using 179. Now 179 is not unlike 182, you know, but the 182 is a little bit ochre.
Yes.
Maybe you need both of them there. I can't tell you that. I'd have to wait. If I was doing that picture, I'd get them out on my palette sort of thing, and then I'd choose and experiment with it.
What about 283?
Now that, yes, I would think probably 283, but you may well have to use like a 177 as well, which is a very dark
brown, that one.
Yeah, because sometimes 283 can be like the one on the right, for instance, the rough collie. 283 would work very well there because you've got more ochre, reddish colour. But when you're coming back onto more earthy colours, it's better to sort of stick to those. So be careful with the 283. I'm not saying don't use it, but you want to stick to the earthy tones like 177, 175. But 175 is a difficult colour because if you use it in the wrong place, it can be too bland. It can make it too earthy. It going the opposite way. Yeah. So, but those sort of ideas. Now, I've been a bit vague because if I had that picture in front of me, I'd have to think very carefully about the colours. And what I would do, I'd put a whole range of colours that I would think that would go with it. But I tell you what I would do. You've got the photograph, so I'd put the photograph in front of me and then put the pencil. But start with the 179, for instance, and if you put it onto that little V. Brown V on the forehead, you'd see the 179 in it immediately. You see it. Ah, that works. Then you go with 177. Oh, that works. And if you put, for instance, 283 on there, you think, does that work? Now, it wouldn't look as though it would, but combined with the other colours, it will.
It'd be like adding a hint of that.
That's right.
Rather than looking at that being 283. It's just, you always do that. You put a base colour in, then a main colour on top of that, and then you add in other colours to that that throw in that tone.
Yeah, but you've got to remember too, though, that you've got the sand. Well, presumably Kimberly's got the sand coloured paper. If she has, then you've got that as a ground colour as well. So it can help to not to over apply your colours when you start off with, leaving, not saying leaving the paper raw, but leaving a little tone of that paper coming through the picture, coming through the base colours. It's always worth a go anyway and trying that. And the other colours, well, your white, ivory, I've already mentioned the grey, and the tongue, well, that's going to be a tricky one because that's red, is very red. Now, it could well be like that, actually. It could be that colour. Tongues can come from sort of like pink to a very bright red.
That's very medium flesh, isn't it? That's very 131. Very dark. It looks very dark there.
161.
Oh.
191.
Oh,
I got it right in a minute.
Yeah,
I go down that route, 191, and you might find that would work out. But you go for the pinks, the pinks, and that you'd have to experiment. What I would do with that, though, Steve, I do this already, folks, and I'm experienced. I get a piece of spare paper, and I do that. You don't have to draw the tongue as it is there, but you do the tongue and try different colours. That works. But this is what I do, folks. Before I do a picture, I mean, you just see it, all the magic. Oh, it's done. Look, Colin, isn't he clever? But there's a lot of preliminary work that I do. And you've got to remember that when you're doing a picture. But laying the colour onto your photograph that's on the end of the pencil is the very best way of doing it.
Great.
And if you all do that, folks, you won't need me to tell you anymore because that's what you can see. Now, the one on the right, well, that's going down the 186, 187 route.
More ochres.
Yeah, but they're still very warm colours in the 283 we've said before. So work on that because those are colours that would work. It may well be, though, that you could use an ivory base for that. Not for the white. The white would be
for these lighter areas. Yeah. 179 again, maybe.
No, I don't think 179 would come into that because if you look at the colour of the rough collie, generally overall, and then look at the dog, you can see the dog is much earthier.
Yeah.
So 179 goes with that one, and the 177, but with the rough collie, you're going to have to work on the reddish tints and tones in there.
Excellent.
But that will give you an idea. But again, with that, I'd still put the colour on the. You'll see it as soon as you put the colour, your pencil nib on the photograph. You'll say, "Oh yes" or "no." Immediately, you'll see it. You've also got to remember too, as a footnote to that, you've also got artistic license that you can change colours slightly, change tones slightly if you wish. Anyway.
Okay. Excellent. Oh, there you go, Kimberly. That's a good starting point, if any, I think. Thanks, Dad. Okay.
This was an interesting one.
This is from Sherry. Trying to find the correct colours. Again, trouble with this going out on your own, finding the correct colours. I'm finding the results a bit flat and the fur looks almost as if it's 3 foxes combined. Also, the fur at the back was very bitty and the difference between it and the fox's brush curled and his nose was difficult. All in all, because I tried to go it alone without following a video, I think I overworked some parts.
I think you've done very well. Don't be too hard on yourself there. You've done well. I would have liked to have seen you use less of the ochre, though. The yellow ochre is far too strong on that. So what you've done, you've looked at the photograph and you think, that's got ochre in it, and you put it on. And what I would have done there is put a little bit on to see whether it works and then check back on the photograph. Because had you done that, you'd think, it's not as yellow as that.
It's interesting similarity to the ones above. Again, like the others above, seeing that it's ochre and seeing this one here and understanding that you've got a different tone to the picture.
What is you've taken on a lot there, though. I've got to say.
It doesn't look easy.
Yeah, you really have. What I would have done, though, Cherry, just for your use next time, I would have put that in a natural setting. I would have put grass. I wouldn't have used whatever you've got there. A little bit of grass. There's plenty of examples of this on the member site. You'll find it if you look. Lots of animals where in fact, the last one I did, the Cairn Terrier. Now that's got grass in it. You could just follow that. If you put a little bit of longer grass as well, you'd have avoided that sort of line at the bottom, that like a at the bottom. You could have used that better. One other small point there, you've got the back slightly wrong. If you look at the back of the fox, he's more See what I mean? Just this part here.
This bit here, yeah.
If you look
it's
at
slightly more, the angle was slightly different there.
Yeah, so watch these things. These are small things, but they... Hello,
I've got rid of this. Yeah.
It's just a small thing, but it's something that I would help. But the colours aren't bad. As I say, if it wasn't for the sort of little bit over application of the ochre, it's not bad at all. You've done very well.
Okay. Nice one. Okay, I hope that's helped. I keep getting rid of this, don't I? There we go. Okay, next one from Christine. Christine's done the grey wolf. She says, "Hi Stephen, I found following the instruction on the video quite difficult to follow when it came to doing the fur. I thought I would find some feedback helpful. Thank you."
That's unfortunate. I think has Christine been a member very long?
I'm not sure.
No, right.
Can't remember.
I only say that, Christine, because you've got to get used to the way you work. You know, you've got the picture there or the video playing, and you stop the video and then you carry on, and you stop it again and carry on. For you to remember all of that and then go hammer and tongs at your painting would be expecting a lot of you when you start off. So that's something you could try anyway. We've got lots and lots of members and lots of people have done that picture. I'm the first person who's ever said that to me. So it may be something that you need to adjust yourself there. Work something out. There are systems and ways that you can do it. But generally speaking, you've done very well. And the fact that you couldn't follow the video, you've done very well on your own then. And I would have made the background a little stronger. You see, that wolf needs to stand away. If you get a light-ish, it's mostly light, isn't it? If you look at all the white that's in there, animal, then you need a stronger background. Don't have to have it, but it does work better that way.
And we mentioned this on a feedback show a couple of weeks ago, didn't we? I think it was the last one, the corners. You use the corners very well in the picture. It kind of frames it in a way.
Absolutely, yeah.
So just adding a bit more could be done, couldn't it, to the corners here?
Could be done easily, yeah.
And frame the picture a bit more.
You've done it okay. You've got the colours are very good. Just needs that little bit more oomph. That's all it does. It just makes it stand away a little bit more, as you see mine does. We've got another grey wolf coming up.
Yes.
In 2 years' time. Anyway, in time there'll be another one, which is another lovely picture, because that's done very well for us, and this new one will.
What about the fur? What can we give fur?
The fur, again, the black could be a little bit blacker or darker, if you like, and the richness, if you come from the ear down there, that could be a little more, little stronger, that's all. Now, there's two reasons, and we're going to come up to another picture in a minute with the same problem. When you overdo the light colours and you try to put the dark colours on, they don't often register because you've got too much base colour there. You've got to temper this a little bit. But that could be done. Now, there is a way out of that, though. I'll tell everybody now. If that happens to you and you think, I can't get any more rich colours on, like the oranges and the 188, I think I use for that. I can't get it on, it won't register. If you use a putty rubber and just dab some of that background colour off, just dab it off so it's not pancake so much, you'll be able to put the darker colours back on again.
That's a good tip.
But I would it's just, there's one of the reasons why I did that picture was that flash of fox-like hair going down there.
Yeah, it's a lovely interest, isn't it, to the picture? It's it's lovely.
But you'll get used to it. As I say, if you're doing animals regularly, then that will come.
Okay, well that's good. Well done, Christine, and I hope that's been useful. Okay, the last one for today is from Maria. Hi Steve, this was my first attempt at an animal with longer fur, and I struggled, particularly with the dark fur on the animal's chest. I think I've overworked that area, making it too light when trying to define the fur. In general, I'm very concerned about overworking areas when trying to achieve the correct effect. There are also issues with the bear's snout. Thanks Steve, I look forward to hearing Colin's assessment and hoping he doesn't tear his hair out.
No, I haven't got any. I haven't got any now. No worry about that.
No worry about that, Maria.
I wished. Now, coming back to the last one, we were talking about overworking the colours. If you put too much light on, you're not going to get the dark on. It's just simple as that. And again, this is something you would experiment. When you've got a picture like that, if you have another picture you're going to do in the same vein, what I would do is get a piece of spare paper and practice just one tiny little section, maybe the most difficult part that you can see there. Try it on spare paper, and if you gradually, you'll see that you're either putting too much base colours or not enough base colours. You've got to get that balance right, and it's so easy for me to sort of pick holes in it, but it's very, very difficult to do. That's one of the hardest ones we've done. We've had several of these, and everybody's had a little bit of a problem with it. And but you've got the dark there, so in a way you should be able to put that dark in. Strengthen
it more, because if you're able to achieve that level of dark, then you should be able to.
You can do it. It's just getting brave enough to go for it. But it will come. Background again, same as Christine. You need a stronger background to make that work. So you've got a dark animal with a light background. That wouldn't work in nature. You wouldn't get that. You'd get a comparative. Even if you did get it in nature, as an artist, you've got to make those adjustments.
Bring that subject forward.
Yeah, you've got to. You see, what we try to do in all of our when I do in all my animal pictures, I try to make them come alive. I want them to growl, you know. I want them to be real, and the impact that we have on all the animals is quite amazing. And we've got some cracking pictures coming up too in the next year or couple of years that are going to be the same idea, and you'll get used to this idea of wanting to do a little bit more, and it all comes with experience. The more experienced you are, the snout again. This is another interesting thing, Steve. When you have a darkish snout, which you've got there, on a lightish surround, or a darkest nose, should I say, on a lightest snout, it stands out like a sore thumb or a sore snout. But look at mine, and mine melts.
Yes,
it melts into
blend, isn't there?
So it's still the same colour as yours. You've done the same as mine, isn't it? But the difference is it melts into it. And it's worth watching that clip again. Now, I've mentioned that to you. Watch it on the members site. Just go over that clip and watch it a couple of times and just see how I managed to get that snout to look right.
Yeah, it's a really good point. I didn't realise that until you picked it out either. But yeah, that's, again, we say it almost, well, every show we say about contrast and adding more contrast in.
So it's hard. It's hard, Steve, because, well, Maria said it all when she said overworking areas. You know, I'm concerned about overworking areas. And because you've got that fear, you're going to do it.
Yeah.
Aren't you? It's automatic. You're going to do it. So you forget about that now. You've learned that. You're not going to do it anymore. And start thinking of it and following me on the video and just watch little bits. And if you see there's an area there, just look at the ear, the middle ear, that's it, right, and the right-hand side of that, on the other side of that ear. If you just did that bit there, you see how, as an experiment really, more than anything else, and see whether you can get that little bit of extra strength there on the back of the ear, behind the ear there. So you've got that, and then you see the contrast between the two, and then you've got to repeat that all the way down. That's what I do. There's always an area that I start off with as an experimental piece, and I think that's going to work, and then I work it all the way down and gradually increase the strength as we go along. But it's a beautiful animal, and there are some more brown bears, folks, coming up. Well, I don't know if they're brown so much as I'm giving too much away there.
Yeah, that's not going. But yes, more bears.
We have got some more
generalise
bears.
it. More bears coming. Yeah,
lots of bears coming up.
Excellent. Well done, Maria. And yeah, that's all we've got for this show. So I hope you've all found that useful. I learn every time. I'm trying to chime in now with my little tips.
You're doing well as well.
You package 100 pencils a week, you start to realise what colours are starting to work with what.
Right, yeah.
And you edit enough of your videos, I could probably not do a good job, but I could probably do one of your pictures now.
Well, you know it all in theory. It's just practice.
It's true. It's
but
true.
you haven't got time to do it anyway. So,
no, too busy running it. Excellent. So if you've got a picture and you're one of our members, then you just email it over to me, steve.bradley@colinbradleyart.com. And if it's one of ours, then great. Just let us know what areas you found challenging, like our people today. And if it's one of your own pictures, then don't forget to send me the reference photo as well as your version of the picture. And again, any tips on any areas that you'd like, then we can focus on that like we've done today.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to learn more about becoming a member, then go to colinbradleyart.com and click on the sign up button along the top, and you'll see all of our membership plans. And this feedback comes with any one of those plans. So you can join any of our memberships and you get this thrown in. Thanks, Dad.
That's all right. Been a pleasure again.
And thanks everyone for watching. I'm Stephen Bradley.
And I'm Colin Bradley.
Bye for now.